In this GYDA Talks, Robert interviews Warren Knight. Warren is an award-winning keynote speaker, a top 100 global influencer, and top 100 tech influencer. He is internationally recognized as a speaker, trainer, and coach on digital leadership and transformation. With nearly 15 years digital experience, he is an award-winning technology entrepreneur, certified Agile leader, and author of Think Digital First. This is a controversial and feisty interview, challenging the norm that most agencies have followed, a clarion call for agencies to be more adventurous and less conservative. Now is the time to be bold and brave. Watch it at your peril. You may not like what is discussed.
Hello and welcome to the GYDA Talks, and I'm absolutely delighted today to have with me Warren Knight. Now, Warren is one of these, I'll say, weird people, odd people. He's agency, but not agency, but he's got so much to teach us and so much to tell us about running an agency. So hello and welcome, Warren.
Well, thank you very much, Robert. And what a strange introduction, but thank you.
Well, it's a strange introduction, but yes, we're strange.
Strange world, right?
We're strange bedfellows. So I first came across you, Warren, about 5 or 6 years ago, and I was speaking at the Professional Speakers Association in London, and you were one of the speakers and stuff like that. I got this email saying, I'm speaking, and you're one of the, I think I was a judge or something, and yep. I'd just like to, and then the next thing I knew was that I hadn't realized it, but in some senses you'd been stalking me and you'd found out more information about me than I knew about, and it was like, oh my God, how did this guy figure out all this stuff? How did he know I'd been there? How did he know I'd like this? How did he know? And it was an extraordinary, almost seduction into someone who did digital marketing really, really well.
Definitely.
5 years ago.
I like that. Seduction's a great word to use.
And it was at the time it's revolutionary. Now everyone goes, he did that. So what was so clever about that? But what you were doing at the time, and I'd like you just to talk about it some more, you were helping. So you weren't an agency, but you did agency stuff, if that makes sense. You were helping. In your words, tell us what you were doing.
Well, I'm going to take a couple of steps back, Robert, because back in, it was 2010, actually, I built a tech company, and that tech company had investment into it. So we were running it as an agency. We were, the unique part of the tech company was it was an e-commerce platform, and it had integrations into social media and other platforms, and it would automate your content to go out, pushing you out as a kind of a thought leader in your industry, but on the premise that you were going to get people to buy from you. But when I built that tech company, and one of my first employees was a very young lad who was a skillful designer who went to college with your son. So that's how I actually got to know about you. And he was going, yeah, this guy, Robert Craven. Robert who? And so I was like that. Oh, okay, this guy. And so I have been stalking you for many, many years. And the other Warren, which we might get onto, we really use you as an exemplar in regards to how you've adapted in various different environments and adapted your content, to connect directly with your target audience, and learning through that process and sometimes getting it wrong, as we do. But learning through that and then finding that niche and then really kind of building out on that to add massive value to that audience. So I've been watching you for many years, Robert. So it's quite easy to seduce you, because I knew a little bit more than what you realized.
That's very, very funny. And yeah, I was very impressed by the whole thing. And then you went on to help, I'm not going to use the S-blank-E word because I hate it, to help independent businesses to work with social media and work with digital marketing. Is that a fair way of describing it?
Yeah, I think the way that I've now framed it, it's all around digital leadership. How can we take what's happening online in real time and create thought leadership around who we are and around our business? So really looking at, we have some great customers, we've got some incredible case studies, but guess what? They're not sitting on our website. We never really talk about them. And who cares? So what? Well, actually, it's very, very important to take that value that you've already created, and as an agency, as a business that wants to connect with people and add value to them, it's a fantastic way. And this is another exemplar that you know very well uses this term. You know, you get your marketing done right, there's no need for the sale. And so that's, for me, is when I think about, especially the environment that we're in right now, and every single touch point from the user journey perspective has digital involved in it. How can we create that thought leadership and drive that forward so that when we're in that creation mode of a product, or we're delivering with our clients, or we're running a marketing campaign, or we're too busy picking up the phone and trying to make a sale, it doesn't matter which one of those zones that we're in, the content that we push out will always sit there and always connect with somebody at the right time for the right reason to get the right results. So that's what I love about digital leadership.
So I'm still positioning this. So you're not an agency. What you are is you're someone who's showing independent businesses how to use digital to the best advantage.
Correct. You know, what does that term agency, what does it mean? Yes, I have a team of people around me. After closing my tech company down, you know, being in Shoreditch and shareholders, investors, I was like, I'm never going to employ anybody again. So now all of my team are all virtual. So am I an agency? No. Have I got a team around me, and do we deliver an outcome? Yes. But I, you know, before lockdown, and even now, actually, you know, you and I've kind of connect on various different groups, delivering keynotes from standing at home, you know, creating value through training, you know, using some nice tech to deliver some incredible experiences for that audience is all the stuff that I love doing. So whether it's UK, whether it's, you know, Middle East, Asia.
But here's the lesson for the audience, because our audience today are people who run and lead agencies. They're somewhere between 5 and 200 staff. So yeah, it's blindingly obvious. And in fact, you and I were both on a conference that's kind of happening now called Speakerpreneur, which is all about how you can use speaking to grow your business. Mm. So the really interesting thing is that 8 out of 10 agency owners are an agency managing director, CEO. They run an agency. We do PPC, or we do SEO, or we do web design, or we do general marketing, and we go and we look for clients who are saying, "Hi, we're looking for PPC SEO." Now, I personally don't think people wake up in the morning and say, "I need some PPC." I think they
think about that for a minute.
Well, I don't think they do. I think they wake up in the morning and they might say, "I need some more better customers," but I don't think they say, "I need some PPC." So straight away, you're playing a different game. There are a few agencies, and the guy I'll quote is Gary Hamilton up at Equator in Glasgow, who 2 years ago woke up and he had, I don't know, 100, 130 people, and realized that being a digital marketing agency selling PPC and SEO and brand and web design was going to die because you're competing with Bangalore at $5 an hour. It's not a sustainable offer, and that he needed to offer and deliver greater value to his clients. And the answer to that was a digital transformation piece. So we're now in a situation, just bear with me for a moment, Warren. We're now in a situation where, dare I say, post-COVID, people are reevaluating their offer, reevaluating what the customer really wants, reevaluating how they can really add awesome value. And lots of people are saying, I know I used to be a car driver, but wow, there's motorbikes over there. They look, no, I'm a car driver. I'll stick to what I'm doing. Oh, wow, there's a push bike. No,
I've just been overtaken by a lorry. How did that happen?
A lorry. That's interesting. How we could drive a lorry. So there are, and I know some who have moved literally over the last 3 months to become a full service marketing agency. Some have gone into consulting and coaching. Some have gone into teaching. but
Or
a
they've really
lot,
micro niched in a particular area.
well, that's the thing, a niche within a niche. Now that's the genius bit that I love, is anyone who does a niche within a niche, or a niche within a niche within a niche,
Within a niche, yeah.
as long as there's business there, it's just awesome. So you've so I've watched you because you've kind of tracked agencies.
I have.
You're almost on the peripheral of their world.
I am. I have quite, I've worked with a lot of agencies over the years. And obviously, you know what it's like. It's all down to the owner, how the owner wants to drive the business forward, and how much is that individual kind of working on the business instead of in the business. And the thing is that I've found with agencies anyway, they're on that hamster wheel, or feast or famine, even because of, whether the amount of staff that they've got, or, the type of industry that they're in. And there's so much more competition there at the moment. What is their next step? How can they look at reinventing not only who they are, but also their business? And that niche within a niche is so powerful.